Like, a win is a win at the end of the day, but it doesn't have to be a perfect win. So the only time I ever needed something to be perfect when I put it out, or I needed something to look perfect, sound perfect, is when I cared too much about how other people perceived it. This is what brings me to the conclusion that perfection is the exact same thing as insecurity. It's really no difference. Whenever you're responding to negativity, you're really just, you're playing defense. And so, like Gary said, a lot of people, they want the score at the end of the game to be like 70 to 50 because they play so much defense. But you got to be okay with the score being 144 to 150. Like, take that 6-point lead, put up more buckets. But I like that analogy because it just kind of puts everything into perspective, right? Like a win is a win at the end of the day, but it doesn't have to be a perfect win. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So they're just so conscious away about the way that they look, So, I have this argument all the time. People say they need stuff to look perfect. And I can only speak from my perspective. Like, the thing that made me nervous about, having to make sure something was absolutely right is because I just cared about how outside perspectives perceive that thing or that piece of content. So, I think it's going to ultimately be the reason why a lot of people lose. Perfection is going to be the reason why most people lose. Like if you haven't figured it out by now, that it's totally okay to just be you, because real people aren't perfect and perfect people aren't real. If you haven't figured that perspective out by now, then it's probably too late. So I think it's funny when I go on a lot of people's like Instagram pages and I see, like, I can already see the aesthetics of their page, and I can tell right away if this is an insecure individual that I'm looking at. Every picture is just like perfect. And I know, like I said, there's no such thing as perfect. Is subjective to the end consumer. But you know what I mean when I say, like, these people who in these certain profiles, they have to make sure everything is just super, super aesthetic. Like, stop treating your Instagram like a fucking art gallery. Like, use it to give value. This is how you're going to win anyway. So the more time that you spend playing defense or worried about how this or that look, the more time that you take away from an audience that got the nerve to listen to you, right? So the few people that decided to click follow on your profile, they got something from you, whatever it is that you gave them. And that's the only thing that you need to focus about, continuing to give whatever they subscribe for. So, I know a lot of us, we don't really accept how we look, and it's perfectly okay. We don't accept how we sound, and it's perfectly okay. But for the confident person who can put their ugly ass self on camera or can put their nasty voice out there, for that person, the universe is waiting to reward them. There's a million people who will confidently listen to, a person who's willing to put their perspective out here and let that perspective be judged. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of Greta Thunberg, 13-year-old kid. I think she's from like Australia or something. Don't quote me on that, but 13-year-old kid, man, and her impact is reaching so many people because she has the nerve to be heard. But more importantly, she doesn't spend time playing defense. She puts her opinion out here, and it is what it is from there. So I went on her Twitter, and you should see the nasty comments that this girl has to like scroll through. But I see what she do. She look for the positivity, and she only responds to positivity. She's playing zero defense. And this is how you win. So if a 13-year-old kid can figure that out, what's your excuse? Why does everything you put out got to be A1 top-notch perfect? You're fooling yourself. And I fell for the same thing. I was fooling myself, thinking that this is how it had to be. But I was just worried. So the next time you creating content or going out the house, trying to make sure your outfit look good or make sure your hair is perfect. I know a lot of women struggle with that. Everything has to be perfect. Fuck that. Who are you defending yourself against? Whose opinion do you value more than your own? That's what you really need to take a look at and take a step back and consider. What matters more here? Your own happiness or their perspective? A lot of us give that up. We give up our own dignity and perspective for the opinion of others. A lot of us give up our entire destiny for the perspective of other people. So, man, this is going to be a conversation that I'm probably going to be having for the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure of it because I know most people won't figure it out in I'm 26 now. I probably got 60 years left, if that. Could be gone tomorrow. Who cares? But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be having that conversation for a while with a lot of people who will never get it. Like, I got people who I look in their eyes and tell them, man, you are enough. You are more than enough. I see you. I get the chance to see you. I'm looking at you. I see how you move. I see what you do. You talented at what you do. Now, it's about letting the camera record that talent, record that gift that the universe already gave you, and putting it out here where more people can see it. So, if you, like I said, if you already started posting content, if you already developed the not give a fuck mindset, I just want to congratulate you for officially being a 1%er, making it over to the other side. Now, the marathon begins, and you just have to run that marathon. And the finish line is just the beginning. So, it's a game of horizons, man. Once you get over one hump, there's the next hump. But at the end of the day, perfection is just insecurity.